Yo, welcome to another bad review. Today, instead of doing a newer, more trendy album like my other videos, I decided I wanted to do a more older and somewhat more controversial album. So as you can read by the title, today's album is Cherry Bomb. Also, a quick note, if you want to help me do this more and get more content out, feel free to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. So today's review might be a little bit longer as I want to put more time into doing the individual songs, which ones I like and which ones I don't. And while this album is to a lot of people a lower tier Tyler album, I actually really enjoy it. Now, for longtime Tyler fans, I can totally get why they probably didn't really like or get the album on release because it's so much different. But now that the instrumentals became public and basically you can listen to them separately, which you can find on his channel, they're just under weird names. And I also think more people appreciate them for what they did to push Tyler's career forward as with his newer music. I don't really think any of it would exist without Cherry Bomb being the ground that those seeds were planted in. I also want to mention, before we get into the individual tracks, that some of these tracks are going to be, in a sense, cut into two, similar to Fucking Young / Perfect, just because this album is kind of all over, so some tracks are basically 2-in-1s, but on the album they aren't. The songs that we're going to be doing that for are 2-seater, that's going to be 2-seaters / Hair Blows, and Cherry Bomb is going to be Cherry Bomb / Firecracker. But now let's get into the actual tracks. So the first track to Cherry Bomb is, of course, Death Camp, the first song off the album, and you can definitely tell it was placed here to kind of throw people off that were used to what his music was before, because he wants to let people know this album is going to be experimental and different from the other music I have made in the past. Other than that, the song is really good, but to me personally, it's not too crazy. It has a nice punk vibe to it, and I also want to mention that this song starts a trend that you're going to be seeing throughout the entire album, of a lot of flexing and confidence in his tone and the things he's saying. Other than that, this song overall, I would give it a good, deserved 7 out of 10. Now for the next song, Buffalo. Buffalo is a pretty solid song, but something I don't actually listen to that much. It has a really controversial music video and a pretty controversial meaning to the lyrics and what the song's about. Which I'm not a biggest fan of controversial music, because sometimes you just listen to it and then someone gets really pissy at you because you listen to a song. Overall though, the song is pretty solid. I'd give it a nice 6 out of 10. I'm not the biggest fan of the song, but I do know that I am a ginormous fan of the next song, Pilot. I adore Pilot. Down to every little aspect about this song. I can never get over how much I love Pilot. It is such a funky song, has a really strong drum pattern, and the bass kicks in strong, and it's the drum, it acts as a catalyst for everything else that comes in the song. Everything about this song I adore, and the vocals at the end is by far my favorite part. I'll never get over how heavenly those vocals are. They are so good. I love this song. This song is easily one of my top 3 off the album, which of course I'm going to put at the end of the video like I always do. To me, this album is pretty strong right off the bat, because I'm going to give this song a 10 out of 10. Down to everything, I love this song. But the next song, I'm not the biggest fan of. So the next song is Run. I don't like Run. I listened to Run when I first ever heard the album years back. I did not like the song. It is just a weird song to me. It's like this weird, high-pitched, quick track. I'm just not a fan of it, to be honest. I guess the song has a good, meaning behind it, because of course I've, spent time to listen to the lyrics and understand what they mean. I like it. I do guess I like the end of the song where it's like, I'm running. I do like that part to a degree, but overall, the song, when I first heard it, I literally was like, I don't like the song. I will give Run 6 out of 10. Sorry to any Run fans that are watching this video. But on my behalf, we're going back to the beautiful tracks. The next track is Find Your Wings. And I'm pretty sure all of us that have heard Find Your Wings can all agree this song is really fucking nice. It's just a nice, soulful track. I can never properly explain what I like this song so much, and I think that's my whiteness coming out, because it's a soul track, and I guess I can't comprehend why I like it so much. But especially recently, I've been playing this song a lot, and I really do enjoy the track. It's just this nice song I can put on, and I can just vibe out to for a good while. I love this song. It's a nice track. I'll probably never get sick of it because I've been listening to it for years now and I'm still not sick of it. Find Your Wings, I'm going to give this song a strong 8 out of 10. And of course, going on to the title track, the next song, Cherry Bomb. Surprisingly, I don't hate Cherry Bomb that much. I see a lot of hate for the song, and while I do think the song does get a little bit overhated, I do see where the hate is coming from. I grew up on rock and metal, so maybe that helps change my opinion of it and make it a little bit more positive. But overall, I can understand where it comes. Specifically for the firecracker part, I do love the firecracker part of the song. It's just a nice song. It feels, if I can put it in some dumb metaphor, it kind of feels like an umbrella in a big storm. The storm being the song Cherry Bomb, or maybe even the whole album as a whole. It's like, it's still loud, it still has the gritty mixing, the grittiness, the bass in the background, but it just has these nice calm vocals that you hear on the other songs like Find Your Wings and Pilot. And it kind of like acts as a shield from the other songs throughout this album. This song, I normally wouldn't rate it that high, but just because of the firecracker part, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. I think it deserves it. I think more people need to listen to it, because I feel like the song gets skipped a lot, and I don't know if that's true, but I have a feeling that song gets skipped a lot. But now on to a song that I was waiting, Age Restriction in music form, literally titled Blow My Load. Blow My Load is a good song. Despite the name, and despite what the song's about, and despite the ad-libs that we get throughout the entire song, which are literally just a woman moaning the entire time, the song is good. It's chill, and it's just this nice, calming, chill, and surprisingly calm track. It's just a nice song. It's got a great instrumental. I recommend looking up the instrumental for it and just listening to it if you don't want to listen to the moaning. But the moaning might still be included. I don't know, just try to find a version without it. It doesn't really annoy me that much because the moaning's not like too loud, but it's a good song. I don't know what Tyler was taking. I can imagine he was probably taking like some Chinese natural medicine that cures erectile dysfunction, because I can't think, I genuinely don't think Viagra would cause this kind of reaction. But all jokes aside, the song is really good. A nice song. Just don't sing along if anybody is near you, especially if you're younger and you're listening and you're like right next to a parent. Do not sing along with it. Blow My Load, 7 out of 10. It's a good song.
It's the next day later. So, if you guys got this far into the video, sorry, but I'm gonna say it again. Please subscribe. Thank you for getting all the way into the video. And let's get back to the ass review. The next song is another really damn good song. It's two-seater, of course. This song is really fucking good. And I still to this day remember when I first heard it, and I was like, oh, this song's alright. And then the goddamn orchestral part, just comes in and it hits raw, and I was floating. I had that exact part on loop for like the entire day. And of course, Hair Blows is just a nice part of the song. It's like the latter part. And it's just a nice little chill track just to, ease you off, I guess, because the in-betweens of two-seater are rappy. I mean, it starts like kind of rappy, kind of hard, which is why I said the song's alright, and then it comes in with the orchestral shit, and it's like, ooh, okay, I get it. And then it goes back to that, and then it ends with Hair Blows. Overall, it's a good fucking song. Two-seater is by far to me an 8 out of 10. No contest. Next song, The Brown Stains of Whoever the Fuck. Like, even as I'm listening to it right now, I don't even really know who this guy is, or who she is, but whatever. Other than that, it's a pretty solid song. I've never really listened to the song that much, but just like basically every song on this album except for Run, Fuck Run, I have listened to the song. I've had like a consistent point in my life where I consistently listen to the song. I've had a moment like that in the past, had that with every song. I will admit though, I'm not the biggest fan of like these hard hitting rap songs or hip hop or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But it does remind me of Call Me If You Get Lost in a way, which was obviously made later, so maybe the song was kind of like that same energy kind of getting dispersed. Though, I would give the song a solid 6 out of 10. I don't really listen to it that much. Now, for a song I'm betting a few people have been waiting for, and also the most suspicious song on the album, Fucking Young/Perfect. This was the first song I heard off the album, and for a good while was one of my favorite songs I listened to at that time. And it kind of still is. And I swear it's not because of the subject matter of the song. The song has Charlie Wilson on it, and I am weak to that man's voice, I swear to God. It's literally just a good song. I love the guitar that plays out the entirety of the Fucking Young part of the song. And of course, there's the perfect part of the song, fan favorite. Perfect, I would say it's a perfect song. Perfect is perfect. It's an amazing part of the track, and I'll probably never get sick of it. But believe it or not, I actually prefer the album cut of Perfect over the later single that he dropped on his channel with the guy playing the guitar. He was saying alone over and over. Well, I do like that version, and it's amazing ass music video. I just prefer the album cut because I don't know. I just do, I guess. That song, Fucking Young/Perfect. I think that song deserves a nice 9 out of 10. Now, it's time for a controversial opinion of mine, and it's about Smuckers. Now, before I get beat up, I love Smuckers. It's not that I don't like the song, and it's not really about the rating. I love the song, and I always have. It's just a nice, hard rap song, but it also is kind of surprisingly soft. Of course, it's got Kanye and Wayne on it. They have amazing verses. It's easily one of Tyler's cult classics, but I do think it's a little bit underrated to casual listeners since this entire album is kind of pushed away. So this kind of song just gets lost in all that. It's kind of sad because the song is so damn good. Now, the controversial opinion that I have about the song that I think some people will not agree with me with is it's not in my top 3 for this album. While I love this song, I'm a fan of more softer music, and this song in a way kind of fits into that category, but it also doesn't. So that's my main reason. That's the controversial quote-unquote opinion I have about it. I'm just not the biggest fan of hard rap songs. Well, some of them I am a fan of. It's good. Overall, the song deserves, I would say, a 7 to an 8, maybe even an 8.5. That's my personal bias, so don't at me. Time for Keep the O's. Now, Keep the O's is a weird song to me because similar to before, I don't really know what to say for it. It's a good song and I don't hate it. And I do like the chorus and the end part especially, where it's find your wings. I do like all that. It's a good song and I don't hate it. It's just not a song I listen to that much. Now, just like all the other songs I mentioned before, I have had a time where I consistently listen to this track. Even though I don't actually care for the track that much anymore. It's a good track. I like the whole theme that the Find Your Wing parts that this entire album has of being confident and kind of paving your path for a future and doing what you love. Keep the O's. It's a 6.5 out of 10, maybe even a 7. And of course, time for the bittersweet ending. Okaga California. Okaga California is an amazing and forever an amazing ending track. And I also want to mention, why is Tyler so good at doing ending tracks? There's something so bittersweet about every ending song he does, from Okaga to Safari, and I would even count Lone. Every track that's on the end of his albums just kind of sound like the perfect ending to a movie. And even with the estate sale, when that came out, Safari wasn't the last track on Call Me If You Get Lost anymore. It was Sorry Not Sorry, but Sorry Not Sorry also feels like the end to a movie. Every ending track he does is so perfect at representing this is the end of the album. Wait another 2 years and you'll get another one. It's amazing. This man is a talented artist. Everything about Okaga California I love. Still listen to it to this day. It's on my playlist. Okaga California, I'll give it a nice solid 7.5 out of 10. And that brings us to the end of Cherry Bomb. It is an underrated but more recently appreciated masterpiece in my opinion. The album has so many highs and only a few lows. Overall, just, the classic rating. I'd give Cherry Bomb a strong 7 out of 10. It's a really good album, and if you guys have seen or seeing this video and you have not listened to the entirety of Cherry Bomb, please do yourself a favor and treat yourself to it. The standout tracks to me, Okaga California, Pilot, and I would say Fucking Young / Perfect. I love this album. Those are my 3 standout tracks. I love every single one of them. If you guys don't agree with one of my ratings, feel free to comment on it. Get pissed at me. That's perfectly fine. And if you guys want to see a specific album or just anything, honestly, because like I said, I don't want this to be completely music related, but so far it's been only music related. I want to kind of change that. Anything, just mention it, dog, and I'll rate it. I want to thank you guys for watching, especially for getting to the end for the small percentage that does. I'll see you all next time.